Coachella 2026, a place where you can go sing your absolute heart out to Sabrina Carpenter, drink some good old $15 water, eat on a $30 burger, and then at the end of the day, when you're all sweaty from being in that good old heat, you sit in a 3-hour line just to take a shower. Now look, I've always known that Coachella was an expensive music festival to go to, but it feels like this year it was especially crazy. However, I've also never been this invested into seeing just how insane this festival can get when it comes to money and other crazy things that happen at this festival. Like, I'm literally seeing people on TikTok talk about how there is an apparent shower drama happening.
Coachella is literally having an entire shower drama going on right now. Yes, there are showers at Coachella, except there's varied levels of showering. Even if you're on the rich side of Coachella where you spend over $10,000, some of those showers still aren't working for these people. If you do get a shower that works, like we're talking has water to take a shower, this is what you're looking at. The other two options are outdoor showers using one of the tanning booth things that I think would probably fly away as soon as the wind picked up. But they do get a bucket of water and a very nice shower head that works surprisingly well. And there's the people who are waiting in line for hours. This person is taking showers at 1 a.m. in the morning so she doesn't have to wait in line. This woman's account is literally her planning her Coachella days on when she can take a shower without waiting in line, what you can safely eat at Coachella, because I think it was her first night at Coachella, she got food poisoning.
Spared you guys the details, but it was not just a stomach ache. Yesterday I just had a strawberry sandwich. It was $20. It was bomb. I think I'm gonna get that again later today.
Of course, there is the third shower option, which unfortunately some people are finding out the hard way, which is not taking showers at all, because people are saying these concerts apparently smell like Parmesan cheese for everyone. And it doesn't matter if you spent $3,000 for Coachella or $13,000 for Coachella.
Imagine spending $13,000 on a festival and the shower that came with your expensive ticket doesn't even work. I'd want to find the nigga responsible for this shit and strangle him with the must that I accumulated while being in them fucking crowds all day. Like, dude, I just wanted to take a shower and you couldn't even give me that? After I paid $13,000, you finna fucking catch hell for this shit. And then the other option of doing outdoor showering, I just couldn't see myself staying on the Coachella site. I would have to get a B&B where I can actually get a good shower in for real. At this point, I'm not even surprised people aren't showering. They didn't want to pay that extra money or wait in the long ass lines either. Now, I will say, just because I'm not surprised, don't mean you shouldn't be showering. Like, dude, you just came from an hour-long Jane remover set, moshing and shit. I'm gonna need you to get your funky ass in the shower some way. I don't know what you gotta do, but I'm not trying to walk around with a nigga smelling like Rigby after getting sprayed by the fucking werewolf skunk. Now, Coachella is more than just music at this point. I mean, I've literally seen videos of people that just go to Coachella to try the food. And apparently it's expensive, which doesn't surprise me at all. But it's the portion sizes you are getting and the food not even looking that appetizing that's really getting me.
I got 3 cheeseburgers. It came out to $99. So if you, I'm not joking. So if you go to Coachella, the ticket is the least of your worries.
Like I said, I expect the food to be expensive. It's a festival, right? But not gonna lie, in no world should 3 plain burgers be $99. Keyword plain. It looks like there's nothing but cheese on that burger and barely that. Like, at bare minimum, if you're gonna charge me $33 per burger, at least can it come with fries, some toppings, maybe even a little water cup? Like, I've been to a lot of amusement parks, but more specifically, let's use Universal as an example in this situation. I don't even think the food there is that expensive, and it is expensive in a sense of compared to actual restaurants and just outside normal food, but the portions sometimes at Universal are big enough to at least share with another person, and sometimes the food is pretty good. Now, another thing I've heard is that apparently the reason these restaurants are charging so much for the food at Coachella is because Coachella, the festival, is charging the restaurants a crazy amount of money to be there, which if this is true, I'm not surprised. Regardless though, early in the vid, I mentioned how I'd rather just get a B&B than stay on the Coachella campsite. Well, honestly, that might not be an option.
This is your reminder to not wait until the last week of Coachella to get an Airbnb. What do we got here? We got a trailer, 4 nights. What do we think? Couple hundo, $12K. $12K to stay at the Imagine. Now, fucking imagine paying that much for a trailer. Is Hank Hill gonna be filling up my propane? Holy. Hey, everybody relax. We got a pool. We can take a dip for $219K. Bitch, that's a fucking Lamborghini. That's more than Bieber's getting paid. Bargain alert, 4 nights, campsite, $360, tent not included. You mean grass? You mean I could be homeless for $360? I could lose money to be homeless? I just know this one's gonna piss me off. Yup, there it is, $230K. You could buy the city of Coachella, all of Indio, for that price. See, I think I'm going back to the tent option, because listen, tent's not included, but these guys are. Fellas, I'll see you at the do-lab.
To be fair, if you were going to Coachella and you wait to the last second to book in a B&B, you're stupid. However, I did do a little research, and it seems even if you did book early, you still were looking at very high B&B prices. One bedroom houses were apparently starting at around $1,400, and if you were looking to get any type of group home, you're looking at around $20K. And to make it worse, even the campsites were charging insane. Like in the video, no tent included, $360 just to be able to set up on a campground. That's insane. You know, guys, a goal of mine is to go to every music festival at least once. I mean, literally in like a week and some change, I'm going to Rolling Loud for the first time. But at this point, I just hope that every music festival doesn't end up like Coachella. And I'm not saying this to make it seem like Rolling Loud, Summer Smash, Lollapalooza don't have any issues. But it seems like Coachella is by far the most commercialized and taken advantage of. And part of the reason for that commercialization is because you have some of the biggest artists there every year. But more importantly, the specific names are easier to sell. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter and Justin Bieber headlining at Coachella is easier to market out the ass for compared to Playboy Cardi and Youngboy headlining for Rolling Loud. But honestly, even with them charging these prices, it wouldn't matter if the fans didn't lie down and just fucking take it. Every single year, people are willing to pay anything they have to get to Coachella. They're racking up loans, credit card debt, they're using Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay. When does it become too much? At the end of the day, I understand festivals are just going to be an expensive luxury. I get that. You get to see so many of the biggest artists perform in one weekend. However, being charged what Coachella is charging for this event isn't even reasonable. Like, out of all the festivals, Coachella was already kind of the one at the bottom of the list to go to, mainly because of all the headaches surrounding it. But man, if it's looking like this, I don't know if I'll ever make that shit.